And finally, will you share a brief story of an interview project that you've been involved in that you felt you were proud of or that was really worthwhile for all the parties involved?
Yeah, I'm actually going to use the example of an extension project. I was not involved in doing the interviews myself, but in helping folks analyze the data. And it was the interviews with Black business owners in Wisconsin that was done by Angie Allen, Joseph Malual, Deanna Hammer, and others. And they interviewed Black business owners. I think the interviews were actually done by Rajon Hall, who worked with us evaluators as a student, and he actually built a podcast out of this. So it's a really great example where talking to folks about their experiences brings out information that can be used for research and for really serious analysis to address some structural issues that communities, in this case the Black business owner community, is facing. And it also lends itself to really, through this podcast, to like public awareness and actually giving voice in a broader setting at the same time, because it's real stories, right? It's real people's experiences there, and everybody loves stories. Like, humans are story animals, right? So it's really accessible, and and I think that connection is really powerful, and I think that's a really great example for how interviews are dependent on relationship building, but they're also great vehicles for relationship building.
Right. And in that case, there would just obviously be a different consent process or asking people afterwards if they could be used in a certain way.
Absolutely.
But I love that, because one of the things we're teaching in the course is how evaluation really shouldn't be like a separate thing. It's connected to programming, and in this case, maybe the podcast even helped them achieve or work towards some of their program goals.
Yes.
But they might have been seeing it initially as an assessment. I'm not sure if that's true in this case, but multiple purposes versus seeing it as a like extractive thing that happens at the end of a project.
Right. Yeah. And that's the nice thing about interviews. They're social interactions. So they can happen and should happen at different parts of the program development cycle, because we want to build these relationships and stay close to the needs and opportunities in local contexts.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being with us, Christian, and hopefully this gave a bit of an overview of the method. Thanks for your time, Christian.
Yeah, sure.